Poem is called Feed Fred's Fish. When I was a kid, I used to worry a lot, and some days still do. It would usually be triggered by one word, the word who. I would wonder, who's going to feed Fred's fish? Those fish from this episode of Mr. Rogers that he took care of? When he's gone, who's going to feed those for Mr. Rogers? Who's going to keep smooth moonwalking over choppy waters? Who's going to make sure there's still healthy people around to watch over, teach, and protect our sons and daughters? Who's going to keep flame-flicking guitar lyrics like Hendrix? Who's going to keep snapping jabs like Apollo Creed, making sure people know how to float like butterflies and sting like bees? Who's going to make sure kids still climb and build forts in trees? Who's going to make sure nobody bulldozes down that 100-acre forest? Who's going to keep clearing highways to heaven when Michael Landon no longer does it for us? Who's going to remind us that a spoonful of sugar helps the melancholy of the world go down? Who's going to remind kids that if people keep trying to leg sweep you, sometimes you have to crane kick those assholes? Who's going to make sure they still know about the glow? Make sure that the last dragon is not the last dragon, and the last of the Mohicans is not the last we're speaking to the Mohicans? Who's going to remind kids the importance of the writing, telling, and owning of our own stories? Who's going to make sure that that horse doesn't drown halfway through the never-ending story? Who's going to remind kids that we need your help to rock the open mic? We need you to help us rock. Who's going to remind us that it happens twice a month at the Full Circle Book Co-op? Who's going to remind kids that we've all made mistakes? Some of us some really big ones, and it's okay. It's going to be okay. Some of us still do it. Some of us used to even tight roll our jeans. Some of us still do it. Who's going to remind kids to share less likes, chase less likes, and share less memes, to share real love and chase real dreams? Who's going to remind kids that not all teachers are teaching things worth learning? Who's going to remind school boards, yes, sports have always paid the bills, but arts have always healed the hearts? Who's going to remind us, yes, it's okay if you want to wear yoga pants every day, all day, but don't skip the yoga class your ass and your soul will thank you for it. Who's going to remind us that all addictions eventually erase spirit, and no matter which one you've got or which one's got you, there's actively a group of people out there practicing a solution. If you would keep looking for them, I promise they're actively looking for you. Who's going to remind us that in this journey, if you start to run out of hope, it's always at the end and just after the end of every rope. You just have to keep putting one hand in front of the other. I promise it will be there. Who's going to remind us that we need to keep driving around, punching van ceilings to the beat of Van Halen, and reminding people to take sage advice from a man who lives in a van down like a river? Because that's important. Who's going to remind kids there's more than one way to dunk an Oreo and more than one way to eat a Twix, that homeless people are still people and orphans still exist? Who's going to remind us to this day people still settle people, and we would get so pissed off about it we actually do something about it? Who would remind us, who is going to remind us that we're not actually Facebook friends? It's a little deeper than that. See, we're brothers and sisters, same seed, same father, same mother, one heart, one mind, one people. Who's going to make sure that Harry and the Hendersons finally gets that much-deserved sequel? We can sit next to John Lithgow with a big old Bigfoot-sized box of popcorn and make that movie a hit. Who's going to keep crossing off and adding to this long-ass list? You. And you, and you, and you, and me, and us, and all of us. I know it sounds like a big undertaking, but it's not. We're just going to have to adjust our focus a little bit. Maybe spend a little less time on our phones, but even E.T. knew that it was really only good for calling home. And that seems to be exactly what it keeps us from doing this day, is being home while we're home. See, Mr. Rogers knew something, that at the end of every episode, if he looked at me through the screen and he said, "I like you just the way that you are," that he was baking this love casserole from my heart to feed on new, good, real medicine. And that if I actually loved myself, it would be impossible for me to hate someone else. If I actually really 100% truly accepted myself, I would not be able to reject anyone else. He knew that if he fed us love every day, that the day that he went away, he wouldn't have to worry about who we're going to feed those fish, because we would line up to do it. And if you don't get any other line out of this poem, I just want you to know that me and my homie Fred Rogers, we like you just the way that you are. That's a true story. Hey.